So we met in July 2022. And from the start, I already knew that I was going to be authentic. Because I was done with playing these fucking games of pretending to be dumber than I am. It just sounds stupid now that I say it out loud. Like, you know, you're pretending to not be the guy who's really onto self-improvement because it's cooler for you to act like it's all natural. It's cooler for you to, you know, like, pretend like you've put less effort into yourself. It's cooler to be like that. But the truth is, I'd rather just meet the woman who's also compatible to the real me, so I can tell her how much I care about these things and she thinks that's a good thing instead of thinking that it's cringe. Now, again, dumb women that you meet on a night out or that you meet from like Instagram, they'll think that it's weird that you meditate every day religiously. They'll think that it's weird that you gratitude journal and stuff. Okay, sure, but you probably didn't want to date those women. It's just that right now you're in an insecure mindset, but I wasn't, right? And so from the start of meeting my girl, I'm telling her, we end up speaking about self-improvement. We speak about Andrew Tate. She's in Hustlers University. She hasn't made any money in there because she's not very disciplined when it comes to work. And I'm literally like, we end up like literally ranting to each other about how shit the modern world is and how much progress we're making. And the way that she was talking about average people, I was like, man, this is my wife, bro. She was just criticizing all these fatties and everything and saying like, you know, and it doesn't take much. Like, you know, she's been improving her diet. And I was like, oh yeah, me too. Like, you know, my diet's way better and we're doing this and, you know, delaying gratification and meditating. She's like, oh, you meditate. And, you know, like I was openly speaking about the kind of person that I was, and that meant that we bonded incredibly well. Within 24 hours, both of us genuinely fell in love with each other, and this was literally the first time we had ever met each other. But the real part of this story happens when I fly home. So this was literally, it was almost like a movie where this was on the last day that I was in Thailand, and she was continuing to travel after this. I fly home. There's the entire globe between us. She's gonna stay there for who knows how long, like months and months, traveling and enjoying her fucking like hot girl summer bullshit, degenerate bitch. And obviously, like, we met when we were both still like kind of awkwardly in the degenerate normal world, but wanting to get more based and everything. We met when we were both there, so we were quite compatible with that because we had these aspirations and these new values of like base tradition and character, but we were still kind of holding on to our old behaviors of like, we were both traveling. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so we both had like a history of being degenerate, so I guess we were quite compatible in that way. But anyway, I come back home, and the moment that I walk through this door, and I hadn't been back here for a good few months, and I literally just walked in and I saw the pages all over my wall. You can't see them, but there's quite... Shall I just show you? I've never really shown them in detail before, but... So I've got... There's usually quite a lot more. But, I'm gonna sneeze, bro, one sec. There's usually quite a lot more papers on my wall, but a lot of them have fallen off because of this stand-up desk. It kind of goes up and it kind of like scrapes them off, but yeah. I walk in to this room with all these pages and my goals on the wall. And I just kind of realized to myself, like, I'm not going to hide this. This is who I am. I am this guy who cares so much about his goals and working hard. I'm a guy who's got tons of ambition, and I'm not going to downplay that anymore. And so the moment that I walked back here with my heart connected to her, and she's on the other side of the globe, I show her in detail, like a video of every page that I've got, telling her exactly what my plans are. And in my exact words, I spoke to her in a way that I had never spoke to a woman before. I literally text her, I'm going to the top, and I'm gonna take you with me. I told her about my goals, my plan to make over $100,000 per month, over $1 million per year. The huge subscriber goal that I was planning. At the time I had 500k. I told her we're going to hit way above 1 million for this year. This was in 2022. So if you've been a fan of mine, you know that all these goals actually came true. I'm telling her all this. And I just think, you know what? Like, I'm not going to play it cool and pretend that I don't like her. Like all the advice I've always taken online. My heart is connected to her, so I'm going to act like it. So I tell her straight away, we've met once, by the way. And I tell her, I want you to come home to the UK. She was loving her life, being like this fucking hot girl who's getting like, you know, little smoothie bowls and stuff. Fucking stupid bitch. She was loving her little traveling life. She went with like her brother and a friend, or like two friends or something. She was tanning every day and, you know, like enjoying the seaside and whatever. And she was in a beautiful part of Thailand. And I literally said to her, like, I want you to come home so you can be closer to me. She booked a flight. And I also said one more thing. I told her, I don't want you to get with any other guys. And she replied, there's no one who can compete with you. Imagine a woman saying that to you. There's no one who can compete with you. We would not have had that conversation if I was playing cool. If I came home and pretended, oh yeah, you know, I'll just see her whenever, even though I really liked her. If I just pretended, oh yeah, well, I'm not gonna show her how much I like her. That red pill advice that you see online is great, to be able to just sleep with as many degenerate, broken women as possible. But when you actually like a woman and you actually want like a relationship, don't take the advice that you see online, because bro, most people aren't in happy relationships. Most people don't even know how the fuck to get into a good relationship, and the people who do are so content with their lives, they often don't sit there making like good advice on YouTube. So all of the advice and a lot of like the videos I've made is just promoting you to be this inauthentic person who should stay mysterious and who should, you know, who should be a player. But here I was defying all of the rules that I had set for myself previously, and it worked. She traveled the entire globe, over 20 hours, to come see me for our second date. And she essentially just decided to like just move back home to the UK, like where she's from, just so that she could be like a few hours away from me instead of like across the world. There's no one who can compete with you. We had that entire conversation and also the experiences we've had because of that moment of authenticity when I walked in and actually saw who I was with these goals on the wall and my ambitions and my, you know, like phrases I had wrote down that meant a lot to me. Penetrate your fear. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. You are a leader.